Hey TOTALmtg fans, Matt here, and it's Deck Tech Tuesday. This week I am doing a Deck Tech Tuesday for the first time on MTGO, simply because I'm building this deck in card form, because I usually do card form decks, but sometimes I just can't get hold of the cards, but I'm still playing this deck, so I will be playing this in future matches online. But I call it, it's like a land destruction deck. One of our subscribers asked me to build like a Nahiri, sort of themed deck where it's destruction, not being able to use all other planeswalkers or anything like that. It was just Nahiri and basically just destroying lands, doing anything like that. And this is what I have come up with. Now, it can be tinkered with at the moment because it's not quite the finished article. In card form, I've got some cards like the red-black fetch land that I've got. I haven't got it on MTGO. But I'm running like 4 Windswept Teas because it can go and get me like the Godless Shrines, and it can get me the Sacred Foundries. It can get me what I want with them. But possibly, don't want too many fetch lands because, we don't have many creatures. We will be, potentially taking a lot of life, and we don't want to be, although fetches are good, but I would probably add in another couple of the black red ones. The name escapes me at the moment. Should know it off by heart, but can't think what it is. Anyway, so we're going to go on to the deck. Let's have a look at what the deck is. So we go by the creatures first. We have 4 Wall of Omens. It's a good early blocker. It's a 0/4 and it comes in and lets us draw a card, which is nice as well. So we run a 4-play set of them. The other creature we run is a Goblin Dark-Dwellars. Now, Goblin Dark-Dwellars, it costs 3 and 2 red. It's a 4/4. When you cast it, when it enters the battlefield, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with cover mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. So we have a lot of them. All our instants and sorceries are 3 or less. We get to, basically cast any one of them. I've tried it with 4 Goblin. Might go back to 4 Goblin. I run 3 at the moment. But we'll go on to the spell. So basically we've got Land Destruction. I don't have Boom in the deck because Boom is like 9 tickets, but you could replace some of these with Boom if you want. But these have been working just fine with me. But Boom is, is a Boom and Bust, I think it is. It's a good card. But these are just a slightly bit cheaper. So for you budgety guys out there, these will do a job. Don't be put off by the double black. You can still manage to cast it with, bringing the other fetches in and stuff like that. It's quite easy, but I'm not having troubles at the moment. So the land destructions we have Rain of Tears. We have 4 of them. Destroy target land for 1 and double black. We also have a Molten Rain. Destroy target land. If that land was non-basic, it deals 2 damage to the land's controller as well. And we have Stone Rain. Destroy target land. So any land we can destroy. On to the other spells we have. Lightning Bolts. We have 4 of them in the thing. In the main board, and 4 Lightning Helix, and 4 Path to Exiles. Help to get rid of annoying creatures, anything like that. Path to Exile is always good, and at worst ways you might have to path your own Wall of Omens if you get stuck on a bit of land, which I've done many a time before. I've had to path my own creature just to get the land I need. So yeah, they're our spells, and also run 3 Reverberate. If you when it gets to a late game, you're destroying their land, you might want to copy it and destroy another land. Path to Exile, get double Path to Exile, double Lightning Helix, anything like that. Molten Rain, you can basically just copy target instant sorcery spell, and we choose the new targets. Also good as well, maybe copying an opponent's spell, which is obviously if he's hitting us with a big belt, we can do something back as well. Anything like that, Reverberate is not bad. It's just a little tricksy thing that I put in there, giving it a try. And then our, another kind of, our main sort of win con really is getting out our Nahiris and then ultimating in it, protecting it, as best as we can, killing everything in sight, making sure they've got no lands, and then the -8 for Emrakul. I do like the Nahiri Emrakul. Sort of, it's not a combo, but you know what I mean. A lot of decks are running this sort of interaction, where you get your Nahiri out. Helps us draw cards as well. Draw a card, discard a card. Exiles as well, tap artifact creatures. So it's got other abilities as well. But we're mainly using it to get to this -8 where we can go and get Emrakul and hopefully win the game from therein. We also got 1 Wrath of God. Maybe need to whap the Wraths in this. In the sideboard, as you'll see, I do run Anger the Gods. So maybe Anger the Gods can come in. It's just basically testing the deck around, seeing what's working best. But, you know, this is the overall shell. I'm quite happy with it at the moment. It's been winning games for me. And, yeah, it's working out pretty well. So we go on to the sideboard now. We run 1 Disenchant, destroy target artifact or enchantment. We got 4 Spirit of Labyrinth. Gives us an extra creature, and each player can't draw more than 1 card each turn, which, you know, slows opponents down. We haven't got a great amount of card drawing there. We've got Wall of Omens to do the extra card draw, possibly Nahiri, but, you know, that could still be a good card, that. Inquisition was in the main board to start with, but I felt it was better in the, you know, moving it across to the sideboard, because it wasn't, you know, I was rather have the bolts or something like that, or the Path to Exiles, which I had in the place. A couple of Anger of the Gods, 3 damage to each creature, and then they get exiled. And I got a playset of Ratchet Bombs. Destroys each non-land permanent with cover mass equal to the number of charge counters. You know, Planeswalkers are a bit of a problem for us, so Ratchet Bombs can hopefully help deal with that. You know, they take a bit of time to tick up, but, you know, it's the best of what you can do at the moment. Any other ideas what you think could be in the sideboard, let us know in the comments. And what you think of the deck. I will be running some games off with this as usual. Maybe, you know, we're doing a live stream this Thursday, 7 PM UK time, so please make sure you check in for that. I'll probably be giving this deck a bit of a run, so we can all come in and maybe make some suggestions, and maybe, you know, if I've got enough tickets, we'll maybe put some other kind of cards in. I would like a 3rd Nahiri, just seeing whether I can trade into a 3rd Nahiri. You know, ideally it would probably run 3 or 4, but I'm running 2 at the moment. But, you know, it will be more consistent if you're in this deck, if maybe you can have another 3 or 4, you know, depending on what you drop out. It runs 23 lands, which is, you know, you've got multiple colours here, so you do need a few lands. But if you've got more fetches in, you may be able to drop. But to be honest, you know, 23 seems quite fair at the moment. Anyway, guys, I hope you like this deck. And to the subscriber that said, you know, brew something like this. So this is what I've brewed for you, man. We were, like I said, tune in Thursday for the live stream. Tell all your friends, and hopefully, you know, barring no technical glitches, I'll be up and running on Thursday, 7 PM UK time. But this has been Deck Tech Tuesday. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next week. Cheers, guys.